Day 71 of reading through the scriptures, 4 chapters starting with Exodus 21. These are the right rulings which you are to set before them. When you buy a Hebrew servant, he serves 6 years, and in the 7th he goes out free for naught. If he comes in by himself, he goes out by himself. If he comes in married, then his wife shall go out with him. If his master has given him a wife, and she has borne him sons or daughters, the wife and her children are her master's, and he goes out by himself. And if the servant truly says, I love my master, my wife, and my children, let me not go out free, then his master shall bring him before Elohim, and shall bring him to the door, or to the doorpost, and his master shall pierce his ear with an awl, and he shall serve him forever. And when a man sells his daughter to be a female servant, she does not go out as the male servants do. If she is displeasing in the eyes of her master, who has engaged her to himself, then he shall let her be ransomed. He shall have no authority to sell her to a foreign people, because of him deceiving her. And if he has engaged her to his son, he is to do it to her as is the right of daughters. If he has taken another wife, her food, her covering, and her marriage rights are not to be diminished. And if he does not do these 3 for her, then she shall go out for naught without silver. He who strikes a man so that he dies shall certainly be put to death. But if he did not lie in wait, but Elohim delivered him into his hand, then I shall appoint for you a place where he is to flee. And when a man acts presumptuously against his neighbor to kill him by treachery, you are to take him even from my slaughter place to die. And he who strikes his father or his mother shall certainly be put to death. And he who kidnaps a man and sells him, or if he is found in his hand, shall certainly be put to death. And he who curses his father or his mother shall certainly be put to death. And when men strive together, and one strikes the other with a stone or with his fist, and he does not die but is confined to his bed, if he rises again and walks about outside with his staff, then he who struck him shall be innocent. He only pays for lost time and sees to it that he is completely healed. And when a man strikes his male or female servant with a rod so that he dies under his hand, he shall certainly be punished. But if he remains alive a day or 2, he is not punished, for he is his property. And when men strive, and they shall smite a pregnant woman, and her children come out, yet there is no injury, he shall certainly be punished accordingly as the woman's husband lays upon him, and he shall give through the judges. But if there is injury, then you shall give life for life, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, hand for hand, foot for foot, burn for burn, wound for wound, lash for lash. I want to step in and talk about this a little bit. People talk about eye for eye, tooth for tooth, like it's a very common thing. And this is only when a pregnant woman is struck and the child comes out injured. Or maybe the woman is injured. That's not really clear. It's not for normal circumstances, regular circumstances. So people take this out of context a lot, like most verses. Anyway, back to, I think it was in 26. And when a man strikes the eye of his male or female servant and destroys it, he is to let him go free for the sake of his eye. And if he knocks out the tooth of his male or female servant, he is to let him go free for the sake of his tooth. And when an ox gores a man or a woman to death, then the ox shall certainly be stoned, and its flesh is not eaten, and the owner of the ox is innocent. However, if the ox was previously in the habit of goring, and its owner had been warned, and he has not kept it confined, so that it has killed a man or a woman, the ox is stoned, and its owner also is put to death. If a sin covering is laid upon him, then he shall give the ransom of his life, whatever is laid on him, and whether it has gored a son or gored a daughter, according to this right ruling, it is done to him. You probably hear the sewing machine in the background. My wife's sewing in the same room as I'm videoing this. If the ox gores a male or female servant, he is to give to their master 30 shekels of silver, and the ox is stoned. And when a man opens a pit, or if a man digs a pit and does not cover it, and an ox or a donkey falls in it, the owner of the pit is to repay. He is to give silver to their owner, and a dead beast is his. And when the ox of a man smites the ox of his neighbor and it dies, then they shall sell the live ox and divide the silver from it, and also divide the dead ox. Or if it was known that the ox was previously in the habit of going, and its owner has not kept it confined, he shall certainly repay ox for ox, while the dead beast is his. Diligently search the streets of Jerusalem, and please look and know and seek in her open places if you find a man, if there is anyone doing right ruling, seeking the truth, then I shall pardon her. Even when they say, as Yahweh lives, they swear falsely for certain. O Yahweh, are your eyes not on truth? You have stricken them, but they have not grieved. You have consumed them, but they have not refused to receive instruction. They have made their faces stronger than rock. They refuse to turn back. Then I said, these are only the poor. They have been foolish, for they have not known the way of Yahweh, the right ruling of their Elohim. Let me go to the great men and speak to them, for they have known the way of Yahweh, the right ruling of their Elohim. But these have altogether broken the yoke and torn off the bonds. Therefore, a lion from the forest shall strike them, a wolf of the deserts ravage them. A leopard is watching over their cities. Whoever comes out of them is torn to pieces. For their transgressions have been many, their backslidings have been numerous. Why should I pardon you for this? Your children have forsaken me and sworn by those who are not mighty ones. When I had filled them up, then they committed adultery, and they thronged to the house of a whore. They were like well-fed horses, everyone neighed after his neighbor's wife. Would I not punish them for this, declares Yahweh? And would I not revenge myself on such a nation as this? Go up on her walls and destroy, but do not make a complete end. Take away her branches, for they do not belong to Yahweh. For the house of Israel and the house of Yehudah have utterly betrayed me, declares Yahweh. They have been untrue to Yahweh, and said, It is not he. No evil comes upon us, nor do we see sword or scarcity of food. And the prophets have become wind, and the word is not in them. Thus shall be done to them. Therefore, thus said Yahweh Elohim of hosts, because you speak this word, see, I am making my words in your mouth fire, and this people wood, and it shall devour them. See, I am bringing a nation against you from afar, O house of Israel, declares Yahweh. It is an enduring nation, it is an ancient nation, a nation whose language you do not know, nor do you understand what they say. Their quiver is like an open burial site. All of them are mighty men, and they shall eat up your harvest and your bread, which your sons and your daughters eat. They shall eat up your flock and your herds. They shall eat up your vines and your fig trees. With the sword they shall demolish your walled cities, which you are trusting. But even in those days, declares Yahweh, I shall not make a complete end of you. And it shall be, when they say, Why does Yahweh our Elohim do all this to us? Then you shall answer them, As you have forsaken me and served foreign mighty ones in your land, so you shall serve foreigners in a land that is not yours. Declare this in the house of Yaakov, and proclaim it in Yehudah, saying, Hear this now, O foolish people without heart, who have eyes and see not, and have ears and hear not. Do you not fear me, declares Yahweh? Do you not tremble at my presence? Who have placed the sand as the boundary of the sea by an everlasting law, and it does not pass over it? Though its waves toss to and fro, they are not able. Though they roar, they do not pass over it. But this people has a backsliding and rebellious heart. They have turned aside and gone away. And they do not say in their heart, Let us now fear Yahweh our Elohim, who gives rain, both the former and the latter, in its season. He guards for us the required by law weeks of the harvest. Your crookednesses have turned these away, and your sins have kept the good from you. For among my people are found wrong men who lie in wait as one who sets snares. They have set up a trap, they catch men. As a cage is filled with birds, so their houses are filled with deceit. Therefore they have become great and grown rich. They have become fat, they are sleek. They also overlook the deeds of the wrong. They did not rightly rule the cause of the fatherless so that they prosper. And the right of the needy they did not rightly rule. Would I not punish them for this, declares Yahweh? Would I not revenge myself on such a nation as this? An astounding and horrible matter has come to be in the land. The prophets have prophesied falsely, and the priests rule by their own hand, and my people have loved it so. And what are you going to do at the end of it?
Psalm 71. In you, O Yahweh, I have taken refuge. Let me never be ashamed. In your righteousness, deliver and rescue me. Incline your ears to me and save me. Be
to me a rock to dwell in, to go into continually. For you have given the command to save me. For you are my rock and my stronghold. Rescue me, O my Elohim, out of the hand of the wrong, out of the hand of the unrighteous and cruel. For you are my expectation, Master Yahweh, my trust from my youth. Upon you I have leaned from my birth. You took me out of my mother's womb. My praise is continually of you. I have become as a wonder to many, but you are my strong refuge. My mouth is filled with your praise, your splendor all the day. Do not cast me off in the time of old age. When my strength fails, do not forsake me. For my enemies have spoken against me, and those who watched for my life have taken counsel together, saying, Elohim has forsaken him. Pursue and take him, for there is no one to deliver. O Elohim, do not be far from me. My Elohim, hasten to my help. Let those who are adversaries of my life be ashamed, consumed. Let those who seek my evil be covered with reproach and confusion. But I continually wait, and shall praise you more and more. My mouth recounts your righteousness, your deliverance all the day. Though I do not know their numbers. I come in the might of the Master Yahweh. I make mention of your righteousness, yours alone. Elohim, you have taught me from my youth. To this day I declare your wonders. And also when I am old and gray, O Elohim, do not forsake me until I declare your strength to a generation, your might to all those who are to come. For your righteousness, O Elohim, is very high. You have done great deeds. O Elohim, who is like you? You have shown me great and evil distresses. Revive me again and bring me up again from the depths of the earth. You increase my greatness and comfort me on every side. Also with the lyre I praise you for your trustworthiness, O my Elohim. I sing to you with the lyre, O set apart one of Israel. My lips shout for joy when I sing to you, even my being which you have redeemed. My tongue too utters your righteousness all day long. For those who have been seeking my evil have been put to shame, have become abashed. John chapter 3. And there was a man of the Pharisees, Nicodemus was his name, a ruler of the Yehudim. This one came to Yeshua by night and said to him, Rabbi, we know that you are a teacher come from Elohim, for no one is able to do these signs you do if Elohim is not with him. Yeshua answered and said to him, Truly, truly, I say to you, unless one is born from above, he is unable to see the reign of Elohim. Nicodemus said to him, How is a man able to be born when he is old? Is he able to enter into his mother's womb a second time and be born? Yeshua answered, Truly, truly, I say to you, unless one is born of water and the Spirit, he is unable to enter into the reign of Elohim. That which has been born of the flesh is flesh, and that which has been born of the Spirit is spirit. Do not marvel that I said to you, you have to be born from above. The wind blows where it wishes, and you hear the sound of it, but do not know where it comes from and where it goes. So is everyone who has been born of the Spirit. Nicodemus answered and said to him, How is it possible for this to take place? Yeshua answered and said to him, Are you the teacher of Israel and do not know this? Truly, truly, I say to you, we speak what we know and witness what we have seen, and you do not receive our witness. If you did not believe what I spoke to you about earthly matters, how are you going to believe when I speak to you about the heavenly matters? And no one has gone up into the heaven except he who came down from the heaven, the son of Adam. And as Moshe lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, even so the son of Adam has to be lifted up, so that whoever is believing in him should not perish but possess everlasting life. For Elohim so loved the world that he gave his only brought forth Son, so that everyone who believes in him should not perish but possess everlasting life. For Elohim did not send his Son into the world to judge the world, but that the world through him might be saved. He who believes in him is not judged, but he who does not believe is judged already, because he has not believed in the name of the only brought forth Son of Elohim. And this is the judgment, that the light has come into the world, and men love the darkness rather than the light, for their works were wicked. For everyone who is practicing evil matters hates the light and does not come into the light, lest his work should be exposed. But the one doing the truth comes to the light, so that his works are clearly seen, that they have been wrought in Elohim. After this, Yeshua and his taught ones came into the land of Yehuda, and he remained there with them, and was immersing. And Yochanan was also immersing in Ayin near Salim, because there was plenty of water there, and they were coming and they were being immersed. For Yochanan had not yet been put into prison. Then a dispute arose between some of Yochanan's taught ones and the Yehudim about cleansing. And they came to Yochanan and said to him, Rabbi, he who was with you beyond the yard, and to whom you have witnessed, see, he is immersing, and all are coming to him. Yochanan answered and said, No man is able to receive any matter unless it is given to him from the heaven. You yourselves are witnesses for me that I said, I am not the Messiah, but I am sent ahead of him. He that has the bride is the bridegroom, but the friend of the bridegroom, who stands and hears him, rejoices greatly because of the voice of the bridegroom. So this joy of mine is complete. It is right for him to increase, but me to decrease. He who comes from above is over all. He who is from the earth is of the earth and speaks of the earth. He who comes from the heaven is over all. And what he has seen and heard, that he witnesses, and no one receives his witness. He who receives his witness has set his seal that Elohim is true. For he whom Elohim has sent speaks the words of Elohim. For Elohim does not give the Spirit by measure. The Father loves the Son and has given all into his hand. He who believes in the Son possesses everlasting life, but he who does not obey the Son shall not see life, but the wrath of Elohim remains on him.